This show is presented by the 323 Network. You can watch all your favorite 323 friends and shows on the 323 Network YouTube channel, follow us on all social media platforms at 323Reid, and support us as we continue to grow at patreon.com/323Reid. That's 323REID.
All right, you got a question for Jeff Brom. One final question for Jeff Brom before we end the football season.
Jeff Brom, is Aaron Rodgers going to complete the what's the word I'm looking for? The prophecy?
Well, let me answer that question by asking you two questions. One, is this or is this not the XFL? Yes, it is. Two, do I or do I not currently have a pulse? Yes, I do. Let's play football.
That animation gets me every time. The production value just exceeded all of my wildest expectations.
I think Jeff Brom's a little bit like a genie too, because as you were trying to ask your question, you asked the question, "What's the word I'm looking for?" And he just popped in. He was like, "Well, let me tell you something." Yes, folks, this is the 323 Sunday Hangover. I am your host, Reid Murphy. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Of course, joined by the best person to be just completely Sunday hungover with, Scott Ellia of the 323 College Shame Day. We are just football drunk, Scott. Like, it's over. Super Bowl is done. Congrats to the Eagles. Congrats to John McCann, the Philadelphia Eagles, winning Super Bowl 59. Chiefs, the Empire. The Empire was done. They shot the little hole in the Death Star, and it just blew up like that. We have a lot to talk about with the Super Bowl, with the NFL season, with the football season as a whole, because college football's over. And, we say it's over, and then 2 weeks from now, it'll be the NFL Combine. Combine, free agency will start. I'll be watching ESPN at 4:00, looking at transactions like it's an actual game with stakes to see what's going on. We're entering that desperate period of time. The UFL's back. We might be there. I don't know. I haven't heard, but someplace that I do know, and that you will know and be updated more on if you follow us at 323Reid, at 323REID, or the 323 Network on YouTube. We are officially good to go. We are back at AwesomeCon this year. We don't know the day, we don't know the time, but we're back. April 4th through 6th, right in peak cherry blossom time, too. It's going to be beautiful.
For anything, for a plug for AwesomeCon, since we don't know what day it is, I guess you folks have to buy tickets to all three.
That's right. Looks like you just
you gotta find us.
Get the 3-day pass. You'll see us at some point. Doing our typical our geeky top 5 feud. So, which by the way, I keep looking to do top 5 feud, Scott. Your opponents keep dodging you.
They're scared of me.
Nobody's trying to take you on. Every time we try to do it, somebody's not on. So
have I lost? Have I ever lost top 5 feud?
I don't think you've lost. Zoo would probably contest that you've lost at some point.
Well, Zoo apparently has better things to do, like, go and watch movies when you could easily go watch the movie tomorrow.
Right. He's got to go see Captain America. You got to see it tonight because everybody's going to spoil it tomorrow.
He's scared.
I already know spoil. That's how bad this whole era of spoiler stuff is. I already know spoilers about Captain America. It just came out today. I heard the spoilers last night.
my view on spoilers, like even before, the rise of social media and, he had to block Twitter for a week before you go see a movie. Even before then, I don't think I've ever been the type of person where I care about a movie enough to where I don't mind about spoilers. Because I forget what I think it must have been one of the old Marvel movies or something. And two of my buddies would, in the group chat, they start talking about it because they went and saw it. And like, oh, wait, we can't say anything. Scott's in the chat. And I say, I really don't care. Right. If anything, you're going to give me a better notion. You're going to give me a better idea if I should go and see this movie or not. Because me and you both know how I feel about movie theaters. I
do think it helps. Yeah, because there have been sometimes I'm not too hyped for a movie, but then I'll hear the spoilers and like, sometimes it gets me more excited to go. That Spider-Man No Way Home, I heard about, the two spoiler alert. The two Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield coming in, but it didn't deter me. Like I just wanted to see them. Like it still doesn't, you're not seeing anything. So right. I don't care. Well, I do. But don't go out of your way to spoil it for me. Like there are people that will do that. And that's annoying. Like shut the fuck up. Like, don't spoil the show for me. That happened here. That happened years ago with my mom. Breaking Bad. We were watching Breaking Bad at the same time, but she couldn't wait, so she was like 5 minutes ahead of me. And this was like the penultimate episode, right? And big action climactic moments happening. And I'm like, oh man, is this guy gonna die? I was like, no, I think there's gonna find some way out of it. And then I just hear my mom, oh, Hank. I was like, damn it.
Damn it. Shut your face, Mom. Damn.
Shut it up. But look, there's no spoiling for the Super Bowl now. Most watched Super Bowl in the history of Super Bowls, which, a lot of people said they were going to protest this because they didn't want to see Chiefs Eagles. They didn't want to see the Chiefs in this again. I'm not watching it if they're going to be in it again. This is boring. This isn't what I wanted. 126 million people watching the Super Bowl this year. So they did fine. 133 million for the halftime show. So shout out Kendrick. Broke Michael Jackson's record on that. So, people can complain and say whatever they want, but people are still here watching it. And I'm not going to say it was a good game. I'm not gonna sit here. It was 40-22, and it was not even that close. That game with the Eagles beating the Chiefs. It was an unholy ass whooping that the Kansas City Chiefs took in that game. It was almost unsettling to watch. And it was one of those things, we talked about it all week on Super Week. Like, I was rooting for the Chiefs because I just really didn't want to see Philly win. I didn't want the Eagles to win again. I didn't want Philadelphia fans to have that. And I wanted to see, let's just see history. Let's see a three-peat happen. This will probably never happen again in the NFL. But I don't know if you felt the same way or anything close to it. But as the second quarter was going, I think it was the Cooper DeJean pick six that sealed it for me. And then Jalen Hurts threw that 24-yard touchdown to Devontae Smith and made it, it was like 40-something yards. It made it 24-0. Right before halftime, right. I was like, you know what? Damn. I'm kind of low-key rooting for Philly. Like, I'm kind of feeling Philly right now.
Yeah, I think I was officially checked out after the game, after this halftime show, right? Like, yeah. I don't think I really watched any of the third or the fourth quarter. I was kind of up and moving around. I was, interacting with people who were around me and kind of just shooting the shit with them. But I just... At this point, it's like, who did I want to lose more at that? Like you said, you didn't want the Eagles to have it because, you want to give the Eagles anything. For me, it's like, I don't want to give any more credit to Patrick Mahomes than what he's already gotten to this point. Like, he gets that three-peat, and then the GOAT conversation is still going to continue to happen. And I don't care who you are, Philly fans, anybody. There was nobody happier with the outcome of that game than Tom Brady calling it.
Oh, yeah.
And seeing just Patrick Mahomes just implode the whole time. You just hear him kind of slightly giggle in the background while he's watching the game. But I also have a question. I don't know if I feel bad for Chiefs fans. I mean, I think it humbled them a little bit, but I think I feel a little bit more bad for the people who are living in these third world countries that are getting all this three-peat gear from the Chiefs, because that's all been printed. So they're gonna be super confused because what do you mean three-peat? We already got stuff for the Rams and for the Niners. How did they get a three-peat? They didn't win the last 2 years.
What's happening over there? What has Donald Trump done?
You have to think, like, if they're not like tapped into like technology and actually keeping up with sports like in real time, and they're just basing it off of like basing their sports knowledge off the swag that they're getting, they're living in a complete alternate reality than us.
Oh yeah.
And I think that would blow my mind.
I don't know. I don't know how to feel for Chiefs. I do feel a little bad for Chiefs fans because it felt like I think there were a lot of fans, my mom included, that thought there was a possibility they'd lose this game and lose to Philly. Philly's a good team, but they thought it would be close, just like the last one was 38-35 when Kansas City beat them. Nobody saw that. I did. I certainly did not see that coming. I mean, even the odds, the line was 1.5 up to game time. So, like, there was no way of seeing a blowout happen between these two. And I think it kind of deflates you as a fan to be like, okay, so maybe people weren't full of shit that we're talking all year about how, oh, we're not actually 15-2. We're not a 15-2 kind of team because they didn't look like it there. You were just completely manhandled by another team. You were manhandled on defense. I've never seen Mahomes, maybe short of the game against Tampa in the Super Bowl a few years back. But even then, I have never seen Mahomes look as helpless and jarred as he did during that game. And he was just taking hit after hit. Their O-line isn't bad. And Philly's defense never blitzed. In in everything that they did, they never blitzed in that game. It just sent 4 the entire time. So, like, I don't know how you're supposed to feel as an Eagles fan about, like, what do we do next? What do we do to possibly overcome this?
Right. And they better figure it out, how to improve that offensive line or something around Patrick Mahomes, because the Eagles just gave the other 30 teams in the NFL the blueprint on how to beat the Chiefs. Don't blitz, just rush your 4, get a stud defensive line going, and then drop everyone else back. Because, when you don't want to give up coverage and give Patrick Mahomes, because he's gonna run, sideline to sideline, trying to extend a play just to wait for somebody to get open. But if you have two extra defenders drop back into coverage versus 4, you're improving your odds of him not being able to get one of those crazy sidearm, no look passes off. And just tell your defensive lineman, look, you got to get pressure on him and get pressure on him fast, and just let everyone else do the work. That's all you got to worry about, is running forward. So, right. I mean, if you're the Bills, if you're Cincinnati looking at this, like, hey, we need to replicate that next year.
Well, and I think every team has looked at it well. John Keim, the reporter for the Washington Commanders, like he pointed out during the game, what you see, it truly is the blueprint here. Philly has it,
right?
And it's pure. It's the trenches. Like that's why if I'm a Patriots fan, I'm feeling good about getting Mike Vrabel as my coach. That dude loves linemen. Just like Dan Campbell in Detroit, they love linemen. And if you have an offensive line that is purely dominant compared to everybody else, like, you just look at them. I think they showed the stats during the game that the average height of the Philly O-line is 6. I think they said 6'5" and like 320 or something like just that.
Beefcakes.
Yeah, and the same thing on their defensive line. Look at Jonathan Davis and Jalen Carter. On the D-line, Brandon Graham over there. Josh Sweat had the game of his life in that one. Like, these are monstrous dudes that are just dominating right there in the trenches. And if you can't do anything against that, or you're outsized completely, then, yeah, you're on your own offense. You're going to be throwing and just getting caught into shit where Cooper DeJean or Darius Slays of the world are going to be taking advantage of it. The Zach Bonds, these linebackers, are going to be taking advantage of it. And on offense, Saquon Barkley, obviously a huge upgrade for them, but he didn't really do much of shit in that game.
He did what he was intended to do. The Chiefs couldn't give him an opportunity to be impactful. So, like, you have to have a spy on him and, kind of keep him in check, but that just opens up everything else around Jalen.
Right.
I mean, this is a better, passing game for Jalen that's go around. I mean, like you said, he had that monster throw to Devontae Smith in the third quarter?
Yeah.
And then, even just seeing how comfortable he was in the pocket throughout the game, like, and that could just be to the fact that Saquon was on the field and the Chiefs had to pick him up.
So I'll ask it like we have for every team that has, finished their season up so far in the postseason. What does come next for the Kansas City Chiefs? Like, what do you see them being able to rebound from this, or was this a sign of the times? Like, they're not going to be able to take on, at the very least, Philly in the Super Bowl next year if they were to make it. Let's say Kansas City makes it back another go around. Do they have a shot at beating Philly? Do they have a shot at beating Detroit once Detroit's healthy? And it's kind of similar to Philly's outfit there. I don't know what you do. Like you said, they have to fix something in their O-line, but they're also kind of projected to lose their best offensive lineman in Trey Smith.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if it was a Matt Nagy call, but their next best O-lineman is Joe Thuney, the guard, who they've been playing at left tackle to fill in that void, but it wasn't doing shit in that game. And I would have said at some point, hey, let's move him back to guard and just see if that changes something up, if that helps in some way in the interior. So they need to do that. And I'd say you're going to get receiver help with Rashee Rice, but he's probably going to get suspended. Maybe half a season, maybe a full season. Who knows? And I don't know what's going on with Isaiah Pacheco, but he looks shot throughout the entire postseason. So
hey, that's insensitive.
Bad choice of words. I don't know what they do. Does Mahomes rebound from this, or is this like, are we seeing is he falling down a tier? Because those GOAT conversations died quick that night.
Right. Yeah, no, if he wants to get put back to that GOAT conversation, especially being the top dog in the league today, like next year he needs to have a rebound year. And I'm not totally worried about the Chiefs. Because I mean, you might be able to re-sign D-Hop for a cheap veteran deal. He's 33. You might be able to. I mean, if you're DeAndre Hopkins, where else are you going to go?
Right.
If you want the best chance to get a ring, you might as well just stay for a cheap deal. But really, for their free agents that are coming up, you're 1,000% correct with Trey Smith. I mean, 26, he's going to get paid somewhere, so you might as well just try to keep him in house. And then outside of that, really the only two other names that you would want to make sure to retain would be Justin Reid, their safety, and then Nick Bolton, that linebacker that they have.
Yeah.
I mean, the production value alone that they brought, and then the ages. I mean, I think Justin Reid's only 27 or 28.
Yeah, he's pretty young.
And then Nick Bolton's like 24 or 25. Mm-hmm. So it's like you need to bring back your young guys who have the on-field experience. They know they've been in the system since day one. Just re-sign them and then just rebuild where you can. And I'm more interested to see because I saw that, I don't know if you saw the little blurb from Travis Kelce about potentially returning for next season, because I believe next season is his final year on his contract.
Yeah.
But he came out saying that like he's still thinking about it, whether it's a motivation thing or if he feels like he can still play at a high level. So, I mean, they might be without Travis Kelce next year. So maybe you send Patrick Mahomes and say, hey, you put on your recruiting cap and you need to do anything you can to convince Kelce to stay just for one last year. Have next year be his farewell tour. He seems like the personality that would want to have a farewell tour anyways. I mean, Taylor Swift will be there every step of the way.
Yeah.
But I think that's another kind of, it's like, I guess 1B kind of priority for them outside of re-signing those three guys we just talked about.
But I mean, we saw Kelce this year, and he had his moments where he would flare up and look like the old Kelce, but I don't know, man. I feel like he's still productive. Like he's still like, I'm not going to say like he's like Zach Ertz right now or something, but he has lost a step. He's looked a little shot, and maybe that's just a conditioning thing. Maybe he'll take this, if he comes back for another year, takes it highly serious and gets into some of the best shape of his life. And
off-field distractions need to go away, maybe.
Right. Maybe she needs to train with them. Maybe she needs to be in the coach, maybe make Taylor a coach, and we might have something. Just the way he looked in that game. I mean, he had some drops that were not, typical of him. And I'm saying this up until the fourth quarter. I don't know what happened in the fourth quarter. I'm not going to lie to you all, folks. I quit. Is on the
anybody
game.
at that point?
I quit on the game with about 10 minutes left. I was like, you know what? It's 10 o'clock. I actually have a chance to go to bed and be, it's not going to feel like a Super Bowl Monday. I'm going to bed. Thank you.
Right.
Thank you, Eagles. Like I didn't see what happened there, but that's garbage time at that point. I still think that you could get maybe some type of an upgrade. Watch them. Maybe Kyle Pitts could have his full bloom and resurrection there in Kansas City as a good tight end option for them. But yeah, I mean, they're the Chiefs. You have Patrick Mahomes, you have Andy Reid. They're going to be competitive.
Yeah.
They're going to make the playoffs next year. But things will be tighter. You have teams that are truly after them now. Buffalo's motivated. Buffalo, I'm sure, feels like they can do it. That's as sobering, as sobering as that AFC Championship game was for them. They probably got a little bit of that kick. Probably got a little bit of that high watching the Super Bowl and seeing like, oh, okay, so they're not invincible. We can do this. So you're going to get teams upgrading for them. Baltimore will do the same. Baltimore might have found their motivation now. Teams in your division with Denver and the Chargers are going to be looking to compete with you. Joe Burrow probably will be back if Cincinnati plays it smart this offseason. And the Bengals can be competitive again. So I don't know. I think there's just a lot. It's going to be a much more vulnerable Chiefs team than we've seen in recent years. But the other side of this, Philly, the Eagles, dude, like they're not losing much this offseason. Like
outside of Zach Bond and Mekhi Becton, not really.
Right.
I mean, and Zach Bond after his year, he's going to have a monster contract lined up for him from someone. And I don't know how Roseman's the kind of guy who's going to want to pay a premium just to keep an aging linebacker on his roster, where he can just go redo it, get another retread, and do it again.
Which is what they've been doing. And Nakobe Dean and those guys will be back next year to potentially maybe take a step that they've been hoping, some of those Georgia guys there. But they're losing Kellen Moore, offensive coordinator, to the Saints, which, God, I hope he's getting the bag from them. I hope he's getting his shirt.
Side note about Kellen Moore, did you see that he already came out stating that he's not committing to Carr as a quarterback? Yeah. He's already saying no, I'm not committing to him right now.
He's like, I like him, but that's gonna be rough for him, right? Like you have to sign, I don't know what the contract details were for Kellen Moore, but if I were him, I'm insisting on at least 5 years. 5 years guaranteed money on this thing. You don't have to pay me what Ben Johnson's getting, but I need the guarantees that I'm going to be here 5 years, because this thing is going to stink the first couple of seasons with how bad their salary cap situation is.
Do you think he even got on a flight to go back home, or you just stayed in New Orleans?
I would stay in New Orleans. I'd stay in New Orleans. He might be.
All right, guys, I'm staying here. Goodbye.
I'm just going to stay here. They're going to fly my stuff out.
I'm gonna have to see. I'm gonna have to see what his contract was, because I don't think I ever saw the actual specifics for him.
The details are always slow on that. But
I mean, I'm more interested to see what Nick Sirianni is going to do as far as replacing him, because you're not really replacing a whole lot, right? Because he's still relatively green as far as the OC would go, and how much control did Nick Sirianni really give Kellen Moore at the end of the day to call plays?
That's what I'm always curious about with Nick Sirianni, because that's what I heard was the problem last year. And with Brian Johnson. Brian Johnson was the offensive coordinator last season for 1 year. And I always heard there was a little bit of tension between him and Sirianni. Sirianni taking over play calling, doing all this different stuff. And Sirianni's a CEO type, right? He's a big, leader of men. But I don't trust him to do the play calling, to make serious decisions, everything. But he'll get everybody hyped up. That's why Big Dom's next to him all the time. They're there to hype. They're there to hype up everybody. Big Dom. Oh, happy day. And
I mean, looking at their coaching staff right now, if they stay internal, I mean, they have Kevin Patullo there, who's a passing coordinator and associate head coach. So I
was gonna say, I would think he's gonna get it.
Maybe who's the running backs coach? Jamal Jamal Singleton, I think. Yeah. Maybe, I don't know. Oh, talk about a name! Senior defensive assistant / defensive line, Clint Hurt with 2 T's.
That's nice. That's nice. I would think that they go for the consistency and go with somebody like Patullo. Go somebody inside, somebody that's been, that was right there with Hurts, and keep him in the same sort of scheme for another year.
Yeah, and I think that would make the transition a little bit easier for everybody included. And also, Philadelphia Eagles, if you're listening right now, can you please update Big Dom's picture on your coaching staff page? Because everyone else has these nice headshots that are all official. And it looks like you just like ripped a picture off of Dom's Facebook page and you just kind of like grayed out the background.
Dom has been there. I think Dom has been there as long as since the start of Andy Reid's era there. Dom has just been doing that job, and nobody knows what the job is. He's just there, and he handles things. If you need something handled, Big Dom's got you.
Originally joined the Eagles in 1999, oversees all safety and security matters for players. So, yeah, maybe this picture was taken back in 1999. They just never updated it. He doesn't look like that anymore.
This is why you don't hear about, any type of controversies too many with their players, because Dom's handling it. Whatever situations. He must have hated T.O. He must have hated T.O.
Absolutely.
That doing push-ups in the driveway thing.
Right.
Dom was like, damn
it.
Would have been on that. Would have sat on him. But yeah, with the Eagles, they're scary, man. It's my reasoning with Washington that I want to be hopeful for Washington next year, but I don't see us It felt nice that Jaden Daniels was able to pass on that defense better than Patrick Mahomes could. But, they're just an overwhelming team right here. And like you said, Zach Bond, Mekhi Becton, not huge losses. Zach Bond is a big loss, but I still think that you can replicate that on defense. You have a lot of young dudes on that team that are just going to get better, specifically that cornerback duo with Cooper DeJean and Quinyon Mitchell, who are just going to get better growing together and learning from Darius Slay if they keep him. And Chauncey Gardner-Johnson seems like a match made in heaven for Philly, as much of a nuisance as he is. And then your young D-line. Are we ready to say that Jason Kelce might have been overrated based on that offensive line? Did it get worse? Did the O-line get worse? I mean, with Cam Jorgensen?
No, it didn't. But that's where I've always kind of felt about Jason Kelce. He's a solid football player. Don't get me wrong. If you're in the NFL playing at a high level for as many years as Jason Kelce did, caps off to him. Yeah. The amount of wear and tear on your body and mental capacity to do that, good for him. But it's he never oozed generational offensive line talent. It's a personality hire. Right. Every organization has him. He was a personality hire. He fit right in there with the Philadelphia natives and just the whole organization. It just made sense. He couldn't do what he was doing in Philly, say in San Francisco. He's just a Philly guy. So you just had to keep him there.
Yeah. And it's not going to be, the tush push didn't seem to fall off a little bit. I don't know. I started to think during the thing, I'm whatever ESPN's looking back on, it was should we really have given this guy, maybe we'll give Cam Jurgens a late night show instead of Jason Kelce. Maybe we'll give the late night show to Jalen Hurts. God, people are thirsting over him. Oh my God.
Hey, I get it.
One of the grandmas at the daycare was saying that it's possibly the most handsome Super Bowl team that she's ever seen. Just good looking dudes all over the place.
I mean, he is a nice tall glass of water. He's an attractive man.
He's a fine glass of water.
Water.
Philadelphia water.
You know what? I'm looking at this with Josh Sweat up for a contract year this year too. He's 28. I don't want to say this is going to happen, but Myles Garrett is currently being shopped around. Do we see a world where Myles Garrett gets dealt to Philly?
I've heard about it. That's what I keep seeing. That's what I keep seeing on these mock trades is Myles Garrett to either Philly, to Washington, or to Detroit. Which imagine Aiden Hutchinson and Myles Garrett next to each other on a defensive line.
I don't want to.
And that's where I'm saying for what do you do about the Eagles? I do think as dominant as they are, if these other teams are going to be healthy, there is a little bit of competition for them.
Right.
there, just based on the mental decisions of Nick Sirianni. Like, do you trust Nick Sirianni to lead them to a repeat next year?
No.
No.
I'll just say just no, I don't. I think it goes back to kind of what we talked about with Ryan Day in Ohio State, right? Like Ryan Day just took advantage of having a stellar team around him. And it's kind of the same conversation that you would have with Nick Sirianni. I mean, look, I feel like I could go out there and coach the Eagles. I could win with that team, especially when you're telling your defensive line, hey, you have no other assignments to do tonight, but just run straight. Like you don't have to worry about dropping coverages. You don't have to worry about, going out and trying to, cover screens, just run straight. And that's what worries me even more about Myles Garrett, even potentially going there, because you tell Myles Garrett, hey man, all you got to worry about is the tackle in front of you. Just go through the guy in front of you and just keep moving. That's something that Myles Garrett would love to do.
One place that Myles Garrett could end up, maybe we get him in a trade to the New York Jets for Aaron Rodgers. Maybe that could work
that'd
out.
be nice.
I don't know. Is there somebody that could, maybe hype that up a little bit?
Hey,
Luis Martinez joins the show. Big Chief.
it's
Rita,
one of the 10 rainy days in San Diego.
Congrats. It's needed.
Yeah.
It's nice to see.
Hey, it's February and I got a T-shirt on. What you think? Hey,
Ooh, stud.
could be worse.
That's how it goes. Oh,
Are you talking about A-Rod?
Yeah, the Jets are.
Hey, he now
done
has the
with
same
him.
amount of Super Bowl wins as Kenny Pickett.
Congrats. Yeah, that's a big deal. That's a big deal. Kenny Pickett to the Jets next year? How do you feel?
Do they make rings small enough for Kenny Pickett?
Look, they got Taylor for 4 weeks until he punctures a lung or breaks something. And then they got the Florida State guy. What's your guy, right?
Jordan Travis?
Jordan Travis.
Jordan Travis, yeah.
I don't know. Maybe they see something in that guy. What do you think? Should I be excited about Jordan Travis?
Oh, I mean, you can't ask me because I'm biased.
Yeah.
I like Jordan Travis. I've just been hearing a lot of, rumors out there that his rehab hasn't been going as smoothly as they were hoping after that gruesome injury last year in college. So hopefully he bounces back. But hey, the job's open.
Listen, anytime you can have a guy where we're 5-11 and he's still throws for more yards and more touchdowns than 99% of our quarterbacks ever had, and then you just basically say, sorry, we don't want that anymore. You can go finish your Hall of Fame career with the Niners or wherever the hell he ends up now. You got to do it as a Jets. Every time they do something right, they do 6 things wrong. So, as you know, I have my Jets fandom on pause because of this and other shenanigans that the Jets have done. So it doesn't surprise me. I'm upset by it. I don't think it was a good move, but it does not surprise me in the least.
You know what? When I come out to San Diego at the end of July, I'll make sure to bring you a Baker Mayfield jersey. How about that?
Dude, I'll
you can be a Bucks fan with me.
Give me fuck it. Bring him out. Send me a Manders jersey. I don't care, man. I'm a free agent. The only jersey that I will wear, the only Jets jersey I will wear in San Diego is a LaDainian Tomlinson Jets jersey.
Ooh.
Boy, he had that 2-year run with us that was pretty dope. I would love to rock a number 21 green and white LT jersey for sure.
Let's get LaDainian Tomlinson on that. We'll talk to him. We'll get him.
Yeah, let's get LT on that. Yeah.
Luis, how long do we have you for?
I'm good until somebody comes in and says pierce my body or tattoo my skin. Let me head to the back room so it's a little bit less. We got 3 tattoos going on today. It's a busy Thursday over here at the shop.
Well, it's good that we're going to be sending a correspondent out there. That we're sending Scott out there to check things out and make sure it's going well.
Hey, I figured out the jersey that we can get Luis. We can get him a Brad Johnson Commanders Buccaneers combo jersey.
Ooh.
Man.
That could be clean.
Oh my God.
Well, look, you kind of came at the perfect time because I wanted to, while we're closing up Super Bowl talk, I wanted to bring up the Kendrick Lamar halftime show. Most watched halftime show in the history of the Super Bowl now. 133 million viewers, topped Michael Jackson's halftime show. Where does it rank all time for you all? Like where does it rank? Where did you like it? or was it overrated? I've been seeing opinions all over the place.
I am placing it solidly in the top 10 and possibly borderline top 5. For me, it's still Prince in the Rain singing Purple Rain in Miami. That's still number 1, undefeated. I love Tom Petty at the first Patriots Super Bowl. Just the fact that the song sort of went along with the theme of that Super Bowl, like the Won't Back Down and all this stuff, the Patriots. Even though fuck the Patriots, I still go Prince, Tom Petty, Michael Jackson, Paul McCartney. Those are like my top 4. And then from there, it's like a hodgepodge of like, do you like Bruno Mars better? The Weeknd sucked, do you want, Gloria Estefan? There's been a lot of memorable, the Blues Brothers, there's been a lot of fucking memorable ones, but I think that the highest I would put it would be like 5 to 7. Those would be my top 4. Probably like one of the top, best hip hop performances. The worst halftime show ever crowd sort of showed their colors there, not understanding. And then you have the added political significance to Serena after she got, like everybody just clowned on her for, sea walking at the Olympics and at Wimbledon and stuff like that, and her coming back. And it wasn't as good as Tom Petty, but it was very, very petty, which we love to see. So, I put it up there pretty high. I don't know about Scott.
Yeah, no, I have it right there, kind of in that 4 to 6 range. I enjoyed it. It was kind of eye opening when I'm at the bar and the halftime shit. Kendrick's up there doing his thing, and there's 3 of us in there actually getting hyped up, and I was the only white person that was actually hyped up at that point. But like, I loved it. I really enjoyed it, and even the when Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg had their halftime show. What was that? 2022? It was 3 years ago.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember I was actually at your house, Reid, and we watched the game, and that was the halftime show, and the whole house was just getting into it. And memorable, I guess, not for the best of reasons. I mean, you can't have a halftime conversation without the Janet Jackson snafu. I think that's probably in my top.
Yeah, the Timberlake,
Yeah, I think that's one of the more memorable ones, just because how controversial it was. But I think one that kind of slipped on was that was 2000.
Katy Perry probably would be like my number 5 right now with Left Shark and that whole. It was it was like a circus, I mean, like even Pregnant Rihanna did a good show. There's a lot of stuff happening.
I need to rewatch Pregnant Rihanna just because I got so distracted by realizing she was pregnant that it like threw me off like the rest of the show. I was like, oh wait, it's like she is pregnant. I was like, what song are we doing right now? Wait a second. It's like, wait, she's pregnant. Don't make her go all the way up there.
Well, I liked last year's Super Bowl halftime show specifically because when Ludacris is coming on stage and he's like walking towards the camera, in the background you can see one of the pole dancers get all the way up to the top of the pole, and then she just falls down.
Oh yeah, did anybody ever check on her?
And it quickly panned away.
Or she's still there. She came with the Palestinian flag.
Ugh.
That was wild. Super Bowl direction is crazy. Like how quick that was. Like that dude was like right on the stage, right in the middle of the dancers. I never saw him. I didn't see a glimpse of him.
No, I didn't see anything about it until after the next day when they were talking about it.
Was Trump still there? Do you think he was still there at that point, or had he already left?
I heard he left at halftime.
Yeah, of course he did.
So you didn't even want to see the show?
Probably
because it would have cost us $40 million and not $20 million for him to stay the whole game.
It would have. He probably left during John Batiste's national anthem. I mean,
Doge probably told him, "Hey, you can't keep wasting governmental funds like that. You can only go for halftime." Trump, Don, you can only go for half.
Oh, okay.
We carved out $20 million in the budget. We saved $20 million just to send you.
While there's 2 of you, I want to get this done before like a piercing or anything comes in, because Scott has been looking for an opponent in this and looking for a feud opponent. Zoo has been ducking him. Angela can't participate. My mom is in mourning right now with the Chiefs. Luis, do you think that you can take Scott on, who's undefeated in this game, of top 5 feud? It's like family feud but we surveyed kids on football questions.
I'm locked in. I'm locked in with the children.
I'm playing it. Yes, we're getting funky because Top 5 Feud is back. It's Top 5 Feud Farewell to Football Edition. Guys, Scott, you know how this works, but Luis, we asked 50 elementary school kids different questions pertaining to football and the NFL and the Super Bowl too. And you just have to tell me what were the top 5 responses on here. All right? If you guess the number 1 response, that's 5 points. You guess the number 2, it's 4 points. 3, 3, 4, 2, 5, 1. You get how it goes.
Okay.
And the winner of we have, 5 main questions. The winner of the 5 main questions, they get to go to Fast Money and then compete for the ultimate, to see if they can, because Scott's won Fast Money before. It's one of the toughest ones, but it's just where you go. And this is a good preview for AwesomeCon, folks. This is what we'll be doing, where people will be actually winning some swag and some money. But right here, it's all for bragging rights. So, I'm going to test you all's, system here to see if there's a ding that we can do, if you guys can ding, or if we're just going to have to take turns here. But on the count of 3, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. Then you will both say ding just to see how far apart on this we are. All right? 1.
Wait, 1, 2, 3, go, or 1, 2, 3, ding?
I'm just going to say 1, 2, 3, and then you say ding.
Okay.
All right. 1, 2, 3.
Ding.
Okay, this is perfect. Oh, this shit's going down now. Boys, we surveyed 50 elementary schoolers ranging from the age of 5 to 11. Name your favorite football player.
Ding.
Luis?
Jaden Daniels.
Is Jaden Daniels on there? Yes, he is. That's the number 1 answer. That's the number 1 answer. So you get to keep going. You have 3, you get your guesses. It's the same thing as Family Feud. You get 3 incorrect responses, Scott can steal. So who else you got here, Luis?
I'm going to say Travis Kelce.
Travis Kelce is the number 3 answer there. Yes. Good run so far. These kids get tricky, though.
I know. All right. Good answer. Good answer.
Yes, Scott. Good answer. Good answer.
I'm going to go with Patrick Mahomes.
Show me Mahomes. That's the number 2 answer. That's the number 2 answer. All right, so you have the top 3 now. You have Jaden Daniels, you have Mahomes, you have Kelce. Who are number 4 and number 5 on this list? Can he sweep? Scott, do you think he has a sweep in him?
I think he does.
All right, let's go with the F1 McLaren.
He's taking Scary Terry McLaurin. Show me the F1.
Yeah.
Oh.
Take him down. Take him down.
That's 1.
All right, I thought maybe they were running local. Okay, all right, I'm just saying. All right, I'm gonna say Saquon Barkley.
Show me Barkley. I don't even know where the sound effects are anymore. No. Oh my goodness, just like that. This is how quick this thing can go. Be careful, you got 2 strikes against you now. You could give Scott a steal here.
Who is the most popular players between 5 and 11-year-olds? I'm going to say, even though he's retired, I'm going to say Tom Brady.
Show me Brady. Oh.
Yeah.
Clinton Portis? No? Fuck.
Southside Jerome. Scott, you have a chance to steal here. If you get just one of these 2 remaining players, you can steal the points. You'll steal the points for it. If not, 0. Luis will keep what he's got. So what do you got,
Listen.
Scott? One chance.
Listen. And with my experience in this game, and those damn kids, expect curveballs at all times, because I could see a kid saying, "Oh, football? You mean soccer? Give me Cristiano Ronaldo."
Show me football. Oh, not this time. Not this time. All right, Luis, you get your, what is 5 + 3 + 4? Oh my goodness, you have 12 points to start the game here. That's a good start. No, like I said, Jaden Daniels number 1, Mahomes number 2, Kelsey number 3, number 4, Lamar Jackson, number 5, Tyreek Hill.
Oh.
There
Were
was
any of those kids that you surveyed Tyreek Hill's kids?
It could have been. We yet to be determined. We might have to reward those points later. Michael Vick was run random mention in there by one kid. Didn't expect it from that kid either. I surveyed, boys, these 50 same kids. I asked them, and this was before the Super Bowl, name one of the teams playing in the Super Bowl.
Ding.
Scott?
Chiefs.
Chiefs are the number 2 answer there. All right, Scott, you're on the board now. Name one of the teams according to these 5 to 11-year-olds.
Give me the Eagles. I'm hoping that they at least knew both of them that were playing this year.
That was the number 1 answer. Now, buddy, they gave me plenty of answers.
Oh my god. Give me the, let's go with Commanders. Hopefully for the hometown folk.
Show me commies. No commies. You got a strike on the board, but you got 30. You got 28 teams left to choose from, or more.
Go Bengals.
Go Bengals. You're not going.
Damn.
You're not going here. 2 strikes. Be careful. You got one more.
And what was the question again? Tell me the question again. I need to see if there's any kind of room for any kind of misinterpretation for these kids.
I asked the 50 kids, name one of the teams playing in the Super Bowl this year.
Give me, I don't know. Give me the referees. Someone being funny.
That would have been good. That would have been a good dash answer.
I don't even know.
Well, Luis is going to try and find out. Luis, you have an opportunity to steal here.
Let me huddle with my team real quick. We're going to go with the Baltimore Ravens.
Show me Baltimore. No.
What?
They did not go that local. So, Scott, you keep the points there. You got 9 points now. You're still trailing to Luis, 12-9. No. Number 3, the Bills. Buffalo Bills. Number 4, the Lions. And number 5, maybe following a trend here, the Miami Dolphins.
What?
So we got more chances here. I asked the kids, name anyone on the Kansas City Chiefs.
Ding.
Okay.
You can't hear the rest of the question.
You can't, yeah. Luis, it's all you.
Travis Kelce.
That's the number 1 answer.
Oh, jeez.
Yes, the question is, name anyone on the Chiefs that isn't Patrick Mahomes. So you got Travis Kelce there.
Patrick Mahomes.
Who else you got?
DeAndre Hopkins.
Show me D-Hop. D-Hop.
Yeah, this one's going to be tough, too.
First strike.
Let's go Tyreek Hill.
Show me the former legend.
I swear to God.
This one's tough.
I'm trying to think of players other than them.
Besides Patrick Mahomes, Taylor Swift.
You were very close, but no. Scott, your opportunity to steal 5 points here. Name anyone on the Chiefs that isn't Patrick Mahomes or Travis Kelce.
Andy Reid.
No Andy Reid. So he keeps. Luis gets his 5 points. Can add that up to
Circle
12.
gets a square.
17.
Damn.
Number 2 on the list, surprisingly, Xavier Worthy.
Oh.
With 2 votes. That was only 2 kids could name Xavier Worthy. That's how he became the number 2 person on this list. The next 3 were literally the only 3 others that were named. Number 3, Chris Jones. Number 4, Harrison Butker.
Damn it.
Could be a religious
I was going to say
household.
him.
At number 5, Trent McDuffie.
That's a poll.
Shout out Dash. Shout out
Dash knows ball.
This next one, my favorite question of the entire thing.
Oh, God.
What state is Philadelphia in?
Ding.
Scott,
Please have Pennsylvania be on the board.
show me Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Thankfully, it was the number 1 answer. It was Pennsylvania. But name the other 4 states that were named.
New Jersey?
Show me Jersey. No, it was not the state that, could have easily been, close. They would have maybe got that. Yeah. Mm-mm.
New York.
Nope.
What the hell are these kids thinking?
So you got 2 strikes here. You gotta go 4 for 4 here.
Massachusetts. Why not?
Let's see, Massachusetts. Oh. Luis with an opportunity to steal. Luis, I asked the kids, what state is Philadelphia in?
Okay, Mr. Reid, I'm gonna say that Philadelphia is in Louisiana.
Show me Louisiana. No.
Let's say California.
It was not Louisiana. First off, this was a very concerning question. This is very concerning as it went on through the day. Of course, number 1 was Pennsylvania. Number 2 was Virginia. Philly could be in Virginia. We live in Virginia,
Okay.
Of course, yeah.
Okay.
Number 3, America.
Yep, there's that curveball.
States of America, yeah, they insisted it has to be America. It's number 4, Florida.
I was so fucking
What
close
the
to say
fuck?
Florida, you don't believe. Is this transfer student is fucking everything up?
And number 5,
Dash.
Number 5, what state is Philadelphia in? Colorado.
Look, I'm not saying that you're at fault, but this is why Elon's dismantling the Department of Education. This is going to get played at Doge like, we're doing the right thing. Look at this shit.
This is why I do the before and after care. I don't do during the day. I would teach. I don't know what state this is in. Final one here. And of course, as we're going into this, Luis is leading with 17 points and Scott has 14. But still anybody's game. What music artist would you want to see perform at the Super Bowl?
Ding.
Luis?
Oh, there's one. Obvious one.
Taylor Swift.
Show me Swifties. That's the number 1 answer on the board. It's your go.
All right. I'm going to say Charlie XQZ.
Ooh, we have Charlie the Brat. They're brats, but they're not brats like that.
Oh man, I thought I knew more about what children listen to musically than I do.
Peso Pluma.
Okay, yeah, Bad Bunny.
Show me Benito. No. It's 2 strikes. It's 2 strikes. Be careful. You got one here. Taylor Swift at the top of the board. Who are the other 4? And remember, this is before the Super Bowl. I asked all these questions ahead of the Super Bowl this year.
All right. I'm gonna go with Chapel Roan.
Ugh.
Ooh. Show me that girl. No. Scott, you have an opportunity to steal here, and this would actually give you the win. Scott, if you... No pressure, but those 5 points are all you need to win here. I asked the 50 kids what music artists would you want to see perform at the Super Bowl. I asked them this ahead of the Super Bowl. Who do you have?
I have a couple names swirling in my brain. Like, do we complete the Powerpuff Girls of the Taylor Swift Chapel Roan shout with Bubbles being Sabrina Carpenter? Maybe we go with that. Do we go with the Kendrick, the Kendrick one? Maybe some of the kids knew Kendrick was playing, so we'll go with Kendrick. But give me Travis Scott. I could hear some of these kids say Travis Scott.
Show me Travis Scott for the win. And to advance to fast money. No! No. Those points go to Luis, who finally dethrones Scott here, going into fast money 22-14. You'll have a chance for ultimate bragging rights on this. Yes, the rest of the top four here. Number 2 on the list, Scott, Kendrick Lamar.
Oh, God damn it.
Number 3, Perry Grip. Famously did the song. I had to look it up. It's Raining Tacos. So, yeah, that's a big one for them. Number 4, Ariana Grande. And number 5, Bruno Mars.
Kids.
They want to repeat. Yeah, what are you going to do about them? Kids. What are you going to do? All right, well, Scott, you just get to be support this time. Strangely, it's a new setting for
Hooray.
you. Yeah. Luis.
You can say it, Scott. Fuck them kids.
Yeah, you can say it.
Fuck them kids.
Luis, you're going to go into fast money now, and fast money gets a little bit intense, and sometimes it gets a little bit of wobbly, because I'm going to give you 30 seconds on the clock, and actually, you know what? Maybe we'll do this like the show. Maybe we'll keep Scott involved. Scott will be your partner here. And I'm going, Scott's going to remove the headphones. He could still use the headphones right now, but he's decided to remove them and not hear the directions. So, Luis, it looks like you're going to go first. I'm going to ask you these 10 questions. 30 seconds will be on the clock.
10 questions?
Or no, it's not 10 questions. How many questions is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 questions.
Okay.
5 questions in 30 seconds. And... we'll just see if you can rack up the all-time score, which I think was 1,000 points. Who knows? We're just going to see how you do. Fuck it. See if you get the top answer here. You ready?
All right.
All right.
Yes.
It'll start after I give this question. I surveyed 50 children ages 5 to 11. Name a football team.
Commanders.
All right. Name a Super Bowl party snack food.
Nachos.
Okay. Name a football position other than quarterback.
Tight end.
Name the best football player of all time.
Tom Brady.
If Scott Ellia was a football player, what position would he play, or what would he do for the team?
Long snapper.
Ooh, right on the thing. Okay, all right. Good job, Luis. Scott.
Yes.
Hey, welcome back.
Hi.
Luis did pretty well here, right?
Oh,
we have 5 questions on this thing, and I think what we're trying to aim for is 25 points. That's what we're going to try to aim for. You want you want those top answers here, or something of the sort. In round 1, or in whatever this part is, Luis got you 12 points.
Let's go.
You got you 12 points, so all you need
go.
is 13 points to actually clinch this thing and help him out. So, excuse me, I sounded like Mike Leach. Rest in peace. When I give you the prompt, music will start. Okay. You just have to get one of the top things. All right.
Okay.
All right, buddy. I asked the 50 kids, ages 5 to 11, name a football team.
Commanders. Chiefs.
Okay. Name a Super Bowl party snack food.
Pizza.
Okay. Name a football position other than quarterback.
Wide receiver.
All right. Name the best football player of all time.
Tom Brady.
Okay.
Patrick Mahomes.
Okay. And if Scott Elliott was a football player, what would he do on the team? I'll let you answer. If you were on a football team, what would you do?
Water boy.
Okay. All right. Well, boys, I'm going to
that's some high quality H2O there.
I'm going to tally this up,
Good
and
view.
you tell me how you feel you did while I tally these questions up.
I don't think
Fair
I
to
did.
Miles.
I think
Be right back.
as an unmelanated person in this world, I feel like it was unseasoned. I think it was a bad showing for me. I try to put my mindset into the mindset of a child's, and I haven't been a child for a very long time, so I'd be very interested to see how close it got.
Okay. Well, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of what you've attempted here.
Hey, that's what my ex-wife said.
That's the sound you make. Hey. That's the go-to. Well, I know the nerves got to him, and he had to dip off of the screen here. But I'm going to give you what happened here. You needed 13 points on here, right?
Mhm.
All right. So when I said name a football team, you said the Kansas City Chiefs. Chiefs. Were they on the board? Show me, big board. What do you got? Big board. Show it to me. Board. Show it to me. No, Chiefs are not on the board.
What?
The top 5 football teams, when I said name a football team, Commanders were number 1. Luis got that. Dolphins were number 2. Eagles, number 3.
Fucking Dolphins.
Lions, number 4. The Bills, number 5 on that one. All right, so again, we can still do this. You need 13 points here. Name a Super Bowl party snack food. Scott, you said pizza. Was pizza on the board? No.
Chicken wings.
Oh, no. But we have a shot. We have a shot here.
What was nachos?
Nachos chips. That was the number 1 answer. Nachos chips was the number 1 answer. Popcorn, the number 2 answer. Wings, chicken wings, the number 3 answer. Buffalo or cheese dip of some sort was number 4. Cereal, number 5.
Fuck these kids.
Scott, I asked you, name a football position other than quarterback. You said wide receiver. My friend, I misread the thing, actually, and wide receiver's on there. Wide receiver, the number 1 answer. Wide receiver, number 1 answer there. Got you your 5 points, so that's a good start right here. That's up.
I guess we're at 15 so far.
You need 13. You need 13 points. You need 13 points here. So okay. Number 2 on there was kicker. Number 3 was running back. Number 4 was just defense. And number 5 was center.
So would I have said defense, or could I have said any defensive player would have gotten me the point?
Any defensive position would have got you the point. Yeah.
Jesus.
Mm-hmm. Also, an OLI was on there. Outfield was in there. So,
Okay.
Little baseball
All
player
right.
out there.
Okay.
Scott, I asked you guys, name the best football player of all time. You said initially, Luis said Brady, and Scott, you said Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes, number 2 answer right there. That's 4 points.
Go.
It's 4 points.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so
No.
we're getting
That's
in
19. What did Brady get?
there. Tom Brady was not on there at all. Tom
No.
Brady was not on the list at all.
19. We're at 19.
Number 1 answer, Travis Kelce. Of course, number 2 was Mahomes. Number 3, Tyreek Hill. Number 4, all time, Baker Mayfield.
Let's go. Let's go.
Number 5, Jerry Rice.
What? What?
These kids know who Jerry Rice is?
What? They didn't say Clinton Portis, but they did Jerry Rice?
Yeah.
Did you put Tyreek Hill down there?
No. Mm-mm. So here we go. Here we go, guys. I asked the 50 kids ages 5 to 11, and I showed them a picture of Scott.
What picture?
It was this picture.
Oh, that one?
Right here. I showed them a picture of Scott, and I said, if Scott was on a football team, what would he do? What position would he play? What would he do for the team? All right. Luis, you said, what did you say?
Long snapper.
You said long snapper. I'm going to give that to you as the number 4 answer. That's 2 points right there. I'm going to give that to you because that is going with center / O-line is what I got a lot. I got a lot of center.
Okay.
Now, Scott, you said water boy. All right.
How many points are we right now?
So
we're 4 points. We got 21 points right now. We got 4 away.
So it needs to be the number 1 or the number 2 answer.
Number 1 or 2 answer.
The number 1 answer, Scott, congratulations. The number 1 answer was quarterback.
Oh.
They said you'd be a quarterback.
Damn it. Damn it. Damn it.
The number 5 answer on here, defense. So, not water boy.
Okay.
So, we're inching in there. Of course, they also emphasized, one of them emphasized he'd be tackling everyone. And they told me to write that in all caps. So
everybody.
They're down with you.
Everyone's getting tackled.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. Board.
Suspense is killing me.
Water boy. Show me water boy. It's on the board.
Is it? I swear
water
to God,
boy.
if you say it's 3, I'm punching my screen.
Water boy / equipment manager. The number 3 answer.
Oh.
3 points. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
God damn it. What was number 2?
Number 2 answer was bench / do nothing.
Oh, well, fair enough.
Wow.
We also had some good OLIs. Coach was on there. Somebody just said 5th, that you'd play 5th.
Oh, okay.
Somebody said he'd run around and fall. Dash said fullback. And somebody else said get absolutely obliterated.
Mike Allscott?
Yeah.
Mike All?
Mike Allscott.
A homeless man's Mike Allscott? There you go.
There we go. I'm down.
So congrats, guys. I'm sorry you came just short of the fast money prize,
Hey,
Luis.
24
million
24
dollars.
might not be 24 might not be the winning number, but it's Kobe's number.
That's right. That's right. Shout out, Callie. There we go. Hey, before we get out of here, this is, we're saying goodbye to football, and before you know it, NFL season will be back. We'll be in all the offseason stuff. Any way too early predictions for the 2025 season from you guys? I know Scott's got some shit out there, but Luis, what do you have for 2025 in the NFL?
I mean, I think that parity. I think that this year was a lot of front-running, top-heavy teams. It was basically Eagles and Chiefs, chalk the whole way. And then you had Buffalo and the Ravens. But I think the Chiefs coming down to earth, not being able to get the three-peat, maybe a little double Super Bowl hangover, brings them back to earth. Mahomes, a little beat up. Kelce, a year older. Defense a year older. Maybe the league catching up to him. The Eagles, still a juggernaut. The East is wide open. NFC is wide open. And to a certain degree, I think Baltimore and Buffalo taking the next step would be the best thing for the league, honestly. So I think just a little bit more parity from top to bottom. We have teams like the Broncos, the Chargers, the Raiders that are getting better. Tampa Bay, there's Dallas is going to suck as always. But other than that, the Commanders, made a surprise run. So I just think there's going to be a lot of parity next year. So I look for like a tight race, tight season all year long. I don't think there's be a team that starts off like 8-0, 9-0 the next season. I think parity is what I'm predicting for 2025.
Scott, you feeling about the same way?
Yeah, I think it's something that you see like progressing year in and year out, right? And like Louis said, this year was very chalk across the board. And I love how Dallas is still catching strays this in the finale of the NFL season on this show. But it goes harping on something I think the fans and especially you two chuckleheads know is I am very big into conspiracy theories. And in our group chat, I had my way too early prediction because like they talk about the last couple of years, the end of the Super Bowl logo kind of tips off who's going to be in the Super Bowl and like who's going to end up winning the Super Bowl. And in this year's logo, it's damn near impossible to tell. And I will bring it up really quick. So that way you have a visual element to this.
That is true. They tried to get you, you color conspiracy theorists with that logo this year.
Bang. So there's the logo. So you can see a whole gamma of colors. You see blues and yellows and greens and reds and purples and pinks. And it's just like, well, you ain't going to get us this year. Nuh-uh, not today. But Detective Scott was on the case. You don't have to worry about that because if you zoom in right here to the Lombardi Trophy, what two colors do you see reflected on this trophy?
I'm seeing purple and blue. Yeah.
Purple and blue. So that it could be, Ravens could be in there. The Vikings could be in there. The Chargers, maybe. The Chargers have that kind of a blue. The Lions have that kind of a blue. So, like, I'm making my early plant of my flag right now, February 13th, 2025, that based off of these colors and this reflection, it's going to be a Ravens-Lions Super Bowl. And then if you look up at the football part, there's only one color that's showing. And for the folks who aren't on the visual element on YouTube for whichever reason why, I don't know why, but you see that same blue. So give me the Detroit Lions winning the Super Bowl next season.
You heard it here first. I'm down with it. Shit. You know what? Look, there was going to be something in there and you found it. You found it as deep. I'm rolling with you guys to an extent of like the parody stuff. And especially, AFC, I think is going to be more wide open than ever. I think that Super Bowl hangover is really true with a lot of teams. And we've seen it year after year after year. And I think it's really going to hit the Chiefs a little harder this year. Obviously, they're still going to be a playoff contender. Obviously, there's still going to be a Super Bowl contender, but Baltimore will build up for them. And Baltimore's designed to take on any team at this point. And if they can just get over the choking shit, Buffalo will build to get better against them. And I think the Cincinnati Bengals will be back. I think Joe Burrow will, lead a good comeback here and try to make another run. Dude is just too good, especially if they can get T. Higgins and get him re-signed. But then on the other side, the NFC, I really think the NFC is just going to be a bloodbath. I think the Eagles will be tough. The Eagles will be obviously overwhelming as usual, but Detroit's going to be healthier. And if Detroit stays healthy, I don't see any reason why they can't, live up to your prediction there. And you'll have other teams. Rams are tough and young and getting better. The 49ers, if they get healthy and can bring a lot of their dudes back, that's going to be a tough team. You can never count out Shanahan and a team that's recalibrating in them. Mm-mm. Washington, I do think if they can add the right kind of defensive pieces, can be a real threat to a lot of teams. Dallas, kiss ass. It's just going to suck ass until Jerry. They got about, 6 to 10 years? 6 to 10 years left of this in Dallas.
How old is that Crypt Keeper?
Minnesota's sneaky to watch again. Minnesota's going to be sneaky to watch again, and Green Bay will be tough. But I actually like Chicago's chances with Ben Johnson. I think that they can rebound quite a bit. Overall, I think it's just going to be a bloodbath over there, but I'm rolling with you. I think it's going to be Detroit. And you know what? early here in the AFC, baby, I'm going to throw out Cincinnati. I'm saying the Bengals go back to the Super Bowl. I'm saying it's going to be a Bengals-Lions Super Bowl.
Oh, man. Just Midwest football.
Midwest rowdy cats like that.
And to answer your question, Jerry Jones is 82 years old, but he's worth $16 billion. He's not dying anytime soon.
Oh, yeah, that's not. Yeah, that's not happening anytime.
Oh, wait.
Oh, can we add? Are you?
He's safe.
Okay, Paul Tagliabue. Okay, thank you.
Paul Tagliabue's still fine. Okay,
thank you.
Ooh, we haven't checked on him all year. We had to make sure we ended it the right way. We're good.
I saw some joke about the Ford Tagliabue. We need a Ford Tagliabue. I don't know. It just made me think of Paul and hoping that he's okay. And you know who I hope's okay? You folks. You ladies and gentlemen of the audience. We hope you're going to be okay without football. But don't worry, you're not going to have to, just do this off season without us. We'll be here
honey.
Periodically. We'll be, of course, probably taking a week off just to completely recalibrate. And we'll start getting ready for AwesomeCon and all that great content that's going to come from there, and having the entire wild bunch back together. Me, Scott, Zoo, Sarah, Angela, Griffin, the Grick, maybe even a Mr. B appearance out there. Who knows? It's going to be crazy. So we'll have all that going. The potlucks will be coming back and getting a lot of fun, different guests in here to talk about a lot of fun, different shit, whatever we want to talk about. And hopefully we'll be getting some more interviews. I would love some good interviews. We got a good lead earlier today, so I think we could tackle something on that. And of course, College Shame Day has been renewed for a lovely season 3.
Yes.
So Scott will be back with that.
Yes.
Scott, how are you feeling about the next season of Shame Day?
I'm hoping that I personally have a better college football experience next season, because not only did my team just completely shit the bed, but one of the teams I absolutely despise in my being won everything, and I couldn't handle it. But no, I have high hopes for next season. Got a couple cool new things I want to pitch to you about doing and shaking it up a little bit, but from everyone on the socials, it looks like it's taken off, so we're good.
Yeah, and you can follow them, of course, at 323 College Shame Day. All the socials, keep up with them all off season. We'll be doing some draft stuff and probably doing the live draft show again, and sending each other some type of foods from Uber Eats again. And of course, that lovely fellow over there who's going to be showing Scott around San Diego, and some mountains.
We'll do the basics. We'll take them to the zoo. We'll take them, a little jazz flute, maybe. We just got to figure out how much time, and then how much we can put on the company credit card, and then we'll plan it out.
We'll find out.
How much? Just give me expense account numbers. That way I can plan out our evening.
Hey, I haven't found the max yet, so.
He hasn't found the minimum either.
And we'll be doing some. Hopefully, like maybe a fantasy football preview, maybe in the summer sometime. We should do something.
We'll do it.
Yeah.
We'll take it. Of course, Luis Martinez, the Big Chief Burrito. What do you got going on with the shows, with the content?
Mi Gente show, live, at Mi Gente show. We got a lot of guests. We're obviously part of the sort of resistance now. So we'll be doing our best to platform organizations and people that are activists, actors, things that are going on, because over the next 4 years, we have to be out there. And I will also be bringing back fireside chats with Big Chief Burrito, where, I'm interviewing all kinds of different people. I've had Hall of Fame football players, Nick Mangold, actors. We've had a lot of people on that show for fireside chats. So I'll be bringing that. And then I'll be doing some sort of maybe like Mondays and Fridays. I'll be doing a morning show called Coffee with the Chief. I had my first episode, which was a Super Bowl hangover episode. And you guys, I'm assuming, will be popping by, or we'll just do like a daytime show, trying to catch some of that daytime Twitch, YouTube audience, and just kind of reacting to big stories as they happen throughout the week. Kind of like a Bill Burr type Monday morning podcast, but with a chubby Colombian instead of a bald Bostonian. But we'll be out there at Big Chief Burrito across all social media, Twitter. I'm still over on Twitter. I'm Blue Sky, Threads, the whole thing. We'll be out here,
Yeah, it's tough to get off of. I want to get off of Twitter, but I need the fuckers that I follow on Twitter to get off of Twitter too. So I can fully
as soon
get
as
off.
everybody decides we're on Blue Sky and we're just gonna do everything on Blue Sky, then I'm there. But everybody's like moving over, and then they get scared, and then they come back because there's still a lot of news, there's still a lot of conversations, there's still a lot of people that I talk to on Twitter. So it's just like you just have to. Yeah, I mean the Nazis are there too, but listen, I just want you guys to know that I'm sending my love out to you. It's I want to make sure you guys understand that I'm sending love out in that general direction to you guys. I don't want you to misconstrue my sending love to you symbol. I know it's been happening. People get confused.
We'll take it. We'll take all the love. And
I'll take whatever I can get
I'm
from
sending
you.
love that way and that way.
I would love.
Sometimes I slap my chest real hard before I send the love. It's nothing. It's just any similarity to other actual world history events is purely coincidental.
Love.
What if I just went like this that way? There's nothing wrong with that. Come on, guys.
Love.
You're thinking too much of it.
Yeah, I can't even pretend to do the gesture or I'll get canceled.
no.
I'm going to keep my arms down.
We're all right.
Keep my arms down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Coffee with the Chief. We would love to do it. Like you said,
Yeah.
a little Bill Burr on your side, a little Kelly and Michael over here. We'll come,
Who's Kelly?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll be Kelly this time.
Oh,
Depends on the time.
It was Michael Strahan.
Yeah, there we go.
that's what I'll do. I'll go and get some marker and just paint it on my teeth.
That'll work.
Thumb marker.
Not black face, but black teeth.
Oh, hey, can't cancel me for that.
That's right.
Yes.
Until you throw up the hand. Hey, of course, at 323 Reid, at 323 REID, all the social media, and Blue Sky, and the 323 Network on YouTube. Follow us there. Watch our beautiful faces. Folks, stay safe. We will be talking to you about plenty of things over the next, as long as you'll have us. In the meantime, we'll keep giving you updates. Follow us so you know everything about AwesomeCon. Talk to you later, folks. Stay safe.
Getting fucking ripped. Flow days.